Hello, water signs, my Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces. Thank you so much for coming for this beautiful reading. This reading is about your past life that you're reliving now. It's meant to inform you. It's meant to also help you to transcend whatever stuff that you are stuck in that is not good for you, so you can understand the patterns, the repetitions, and stuff like that. But mainly it's to inform you so you understand yourself more. Okay, all right, so let's have fun with this. Let's start with the first readings of the past lives that you're still reliving now, and these will be sections for each sign, okay, and the rest will be for all of you. All right, because I wanted you to, like, you know, own yourself in this reading. Okay, so my Cancers, you guys, you know, in your past life had a great connection with trees. Maybe, you know, you had other tree people. You know, there are people that, you know, understood that the trees were spirits and they did their rituals. They asked for everything. It's just like a spirit guide. You know, the trees have always lived before humans. Don't forget that. Let's not forget that. So they are highly spiritual, and they are the portals to other dimensions. And there's a lot of healing and a lot of information that comes to you when you connect with the trees and you work with the tree. All right, by talking to the tree, planting a tree, sitting under there for meditations and stuff like that, you know, listening to answers, you know, talking to your guides through the tree, you know, stuff like that. There are people that disappear and go to other dimensions through the tree, and you kind of had this connection. You did have this connection with the trees in your past life, and you still do now. Maybe now you're not able to, you know, shapeshift or whatever. You're not able to go through the tree, but maybe when you go and stand on the tree, everything you want to know and understand comes to you. You meditate there, you feel at peace there. So there's a part of you that's still, you know, interested and connected to trees. Maybe you care about, you work in a company that, you know, you guys, you know, plant trees, stuff like that, you know. You guys were always connected with angels in your past life, helping you navigate your life, bringing healing to others that are suffering. You know, you yourself got a chance to play the angel role, become an angel, part of the angels when you pass in your past life, healing your family members and stuff like that, and other people. And in this lifetime, you're still this guardian angel. You're still playing this role where you're healing people, helping people, you know, guiding them and bringing this light and love to them, you know. And if it's not that, you are very connected to the angelic realm, where the angels are right there with you all the time, telling you what to do, helping you with all that you need and want and that you ask them for. So you're deeply connected to the angels, okay? All right, you always did, and you are still connected. Now moving on to the Scorpios, a lot of you were healers too in the medical field in your past life, and I'm talking about spiritual healers, all forms of healing, from spiritual healing to physical healing to medical healing, whatever you want to call it. You lived that in your past life and you're still doing that now. A lot of you were artists. Maybe you played the instruments. Maybe you were a painter. Whatever it is, you were in the arts. And you're still doing that now, my Scorpios. For the Pisces, some of you lived during the Egyptian era. Maybe you were an Egyptian in a past life. And so in this lifetime, if you didn't come as an Egyptian, you feel very connected to Egypt. You want to go there. You understand the symbolism. You want to be connected to Egypt in every way. You identify yourself with it. You probably have memories of yourself in dreams, seeing yourself in this era. So there is also some of you that are still living with your fathers that you lived with in your past life. Whatever behavior, however your father is to you now, they've always been that way, even in your past life. They may not have been your father in your past life, but the energy, the relationship, the situation between you and your father now is something that you've lived with in your past life. So this should help you to have better understanding of the situation, that it runs deep and it's always going. So maybe there's some healing that needs to happen. Something needs to happen to move you forward there, my Pisces. Okay, now we can go into the general aspect of it. Okay, so my water signs, Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces. For the starseed galactic energy, because you know we're not alone, so you know this season I'm bringing them in inclusively, just to uplift us and inform us and for us to get more familiar with them. All right, and you've always worked with the Arcturus star beings, and this energy is all about healing. So those of you who have the Reiki, the healing hands, like the way I do, I'm able to channel it in and stuff like that. You worked with them and you had this connection and healing ability that you got from the Arcturus from a past life, or you probably even lived as an Arcturus back then during their era, and so you have this gift already. You came here with this energy healing. All you have to do is connect. Some of you already have it, and some of you need to be told that you already have the healing energy that can come through you, especially when it comes to strict hands-on healing. Okay, so this is happening in your past life and it's still happening now for you, that you can use to literally heal people. Okay, and some of you were cosmic midwives, still a form of a healing energy from the same star system, Arcturus, and this is about helping people bring children into life and also transitioning in death. So maybe you still play that role now. Maybe you're a nurse and you help bring kids into this world now. Or maybe you help people deal with death and losing people. Alright? So this is something that you've lived with in your past life and you're still doing that now. Okay? Maybe that you work in the medical field, you know, or maybe you're doing that spiritual thing, you know, where you're a midwife. Okay? Alright, this is also Andromeda, which is also another star seed, another star system that controls you in your past life, then it still controls you now. And it's all about showing you how to go with the flow with life. And so there is still a resistance in you that somehow you find yourself working against the way your life is supposed to go, the way the universe is going, the way the flow of life is going. So this star system is continuously reminding you and taking you back to being in the flow of life and the way things are supposed to go, instead of working against yourself. Okay, so that's it there for the spiritual aspect. When it comes to you guys' life purpose that you've been living in your past life, that you're still living, you guys were spiritual teachers, healers. It makes sense. If you were a cosmic midwifery and energy transmission, you've always been a healer, a spiritual teacher, and you're still doing that now. A lot of you here are spiritual teachers and still into spirituality and being that healer that you are. All right. A lot of you work with crystals in your past life. You still work with crystals. We're still talking about spiritual teachers and healers. Alright, you loved animals, you connected with animals, you made sure that you worked with them, you used them as a form of guide in your past life, and you still do that now, which is very straight to the point. Okay, now let's move on, my water signs, to your financial life in your past life. It looks like you guys were always the boss of your money. Okay, there was something about you that you did. You were in charge of your finances. Some of you were even royalty. I can even go as far as saying that. You didn't lack anything financially. You owned your own businesses, or you owned your own company, or whatever you want to call it. You were in charge. You were not broke. You had a beautiful home, and you still do now. And if you don't, you need to realize that maybe that's why you don't feel good about living with little. Maybe that's why you want a house, you want your own house, because you always lived in a mansion. You don't know how to just accept just anything. You got to have your security, which is very Cancer to me, you know. So now you understand why, right? Because you still have those cravings of wanting to be wealthy. Some of you always, you know, knew that. Some of you, my water signs, you have some gifted kids, or your wealth comes through your kids, and these are special kids, you know, that Archangel Michael protects to and guides into your life, specifically to help you out with your finances also. But just because they have these gifts, or they turn out to be those kids that, you know, bring you so much, you know, wealth in the future, or even now, or whatever. In your past life they did it, and now they're doing it too. Somehow you birthing and having kids is a form of blessing for you as well. If you have kids, water signs, the kids become serious financial blessings, or just blessings, period. They are the reason why, you know, you don't lack anything somehow. All right, because they play a big role in your life when it comes to your survival and stuff like that. Maybe they push you to want to achieve more and get some bigger things when it comes to your money, right? This could also be about, you know, you being creative and you creating new things into life, new ideas, new stuff that you invent, that you bring, that nobody else does, okay? And it ends up bringing you wealth and abundance, okay? So you did that in your past life, and you're doing it now. Like I already said, there's a big connection with your children when it comes to your money, in this life and in your past life, okay? Now, looking at the way you used to think of your life in your past life, it looks like in your past life, you know, it seems like you went through a lot of interruptions, a lot of feeling defeated by people. But out of all of your losses and fights and disruptions and destructions, you always found yourself having clarity on how to move forward, and you found the courage to have understanding and a clear decision on where you want to go in your life. You never allowed yourself to be drawn down by this defeat and things that interrupted your life. You always found your way to clarity and to firmness and owning things that you wanted to own by stepping forward and being courageous and being clear and moving forward. That's how you always did things. Out of your fall came greatness and clarity to move forward. It's almost like it's a pattern. You feel defeated or interruptions happen, and then out of that you gain clarity. That's how you look at your life. It's almost like people that, you know, always find a way to come back from a fall, and somehow you're still living this life. Now, I feel like this can be healed, so it doesn't have to come this way. You don't have to go through a fall, a defeating energy, or a collapse to be able to find clarity to move forward in your life. I think this can be healed and should not be repeated. That's how I feel about this, because this is not a right way of looking and thinking of your life, and it's not a very good pattern to be continuing. I see, you know, I feel also. So let's move on to you guys' love lives in your past life and what you're still doing now. So a lot of you are still married to someone that, or are involved with someone that you were married to in your past life. That's right off the bat. In your past life, you knew that you were with them, so it's like you've been going with them for a couple of lifetimes, and they're still your partner. So you've not just lived with them in this lifetime knowing that they are your past life partner, but in that past life that we're talking about, the energy that we've pulled, you knew that they were your past life partner as well. You knew that you've known them. So it's like something that you are lucky to have, some of you, which is beautiful. It looks like, you know, there's a little issue in expressing your love you know, being a little romantic and it stems from your past life, and you still kind of have that issue a little bit this time, where you hold back and you're not that easily ready to be, you know, get into that whole romantic stuff. Okay, so something that you're dealing with now as well, but it started in your past life. You know, some of you has a hard time believing that, you know, true love can come into your life, because maybe you go through so much pain with love situations that you don't believe that you can find love. This situation happened in your past life and you're still kind of living it now. So it's like you need to work on this issue and realize that you are someone that can be loved too, despite the unfortunate situations that you've gone through in your love life. And this situation runs deep, because this pain goes far to your past life, and you're still reliving this energy where you sometimes question yourself if something is wrong with you. You know, how come you can't find true love and be happy? You know, this is for some of you guys, you know. So it's like you need to be healing that situation and know that you are lovable and there's nothing wrong with you, you know. So now, before we go to the last message, let's look at a little fun activity that I have here, that if you get through this, it will create great fortune for you. We're still in the Scorpio energy of fortune and great karma, so we're having a little fun here. All right, so for my water sign spirit, give them a message that will open the doors to great fortune for them. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, so you guys need to nourish the body with calmness. So taking care of your body and calming yourself down. This could be bathing, spiritual baths, relaxing, making sure you take nap, take care of this body. Eating right, the right type of food that nourishes your body, not to bring you disease. This is a sure way of you getting great fortune. Alright, so that's the message for you, my Cancers, my Scorpios, and Pisces. Alright, okay. The last message that I have for you is a message from the archangels, and they are telling you that you've always won. In your past life, you prayed for whatever it is that you wanted, and your prayers always got answered because you had faith in your past life. And so you won in any battle that you were facing because you had faith and you prayed and you asked the angels for help. And so you are still living that life now. You know that your prayers get answered. You know that whatever it is that you ask for, the angels give to you. So continue living in that life, because that's how you win. That's how you've been victorious all this time. And they just want to remind you of that. Continue praying, continue asking, and continue having faith. And everything that you want is coming and will always come to you. Alright, you will always win. You will always be victorious. So that's all that I have for you, my water signs. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I will definitely see you all soon. Bye.